Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining today's Jira training session. Today, I'm going to be walking you through the process of how to create automation. We're going to be going automation today, and I'll be showing you how to create an issue, an epic in a project, and then you're automating the process of the child of that epic being created in another project. So your child issue could be something like your story, bug, or tags. You can choose which one of them you want the automation to run on, and then how that is being created. Okay, so that's what we're going to be focusing on today. But before I start, please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please remember now is the time to do so. Subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you do like this video, and also remember, share with the rest of your friends and colleagues that will find these useful. Okay, so let's start. So right now, I'm already in my project, which is the testing project we've been using for the subsequent videos. What you need to do is then navigate your way through to the project setting, to the back end of your project, not necessarily the system. You can find that by going to the bottom of your screen as usual, click on project setting, and then this will pop up with a lot of other items on the list. And what you're looking for in here is automation. So I'll be clicking on automation. Remember, my Jira version is the cloud, and for the cloud, you already have basic automation that has already been created for you. So if I scroll down briefly, just to give you an overview of what you're seeing, so you can see up in here, quite a lot of different types of automation is already defined. All you need to do is read them. If that's what you're looking for, you can then click on them and apply to your projects if that's what you're looking for. You can as well create your own automation. If what you're looking for is not in here, you can create your own automation. So we're going to be creating one ourselves today, and I'll walk you through the process of what you need to do and how to get it done. Okay, so now at the top of your screen, you can see where it says create rule. So I'm going to be clicking on that, creating a new rule. And then at this point in time, I want to, we're creating an issue in a project and then automating the process of creating the child in another project. So it's the trigger you need to click on would be issue created. Okay, so I'll click on that and then I'll click on save. Okay, so the next pop-up comes up, and then this is where you then choose what the components or what the rule should then be. So now we're going to be adding an action because we want something to happen. Or if you're trying to do like a transition, move from one status to another, you would need to click on, add a condition to that one, or you can use create a new branch if that's what you're looking for. But for this training, we're going to be clicking on adding a new action. So I'll click on that. And then at this point, what I'm going to be doing, we want a new issue as well to be created in another project. So we're going to be choosing the create issue. If you see from the list here, you do have quite a lot of other options in here, but we're going to be focusing on just the create issues today. And then this pops up. So this is where you then do all the configuration, every single thing that you need to do. You would need to make sure you get this screen right. So right now, it's saying create a new issue in which project. So remember, you've gone into the configuration of my project, which is the training 101, but I don't want the child issue to be created in this project. So I'm going to be choosing another project. I don't want the same project. So once you click on the drop down, it would have a list of other projects that you have in your organization, and you literally just have to choose and search for which one you want. So I'll just be choosing any other project. I'll just click on this one. And then at this point in time, I need to specify what issue type, what child issue I want to be created. Do I want a story created? Do I want a task created? Do I want a bug created? So for the training, I'm going to be choosing story because that's what I want, but you can choose bug if that's what, you're trying to do in your organization as well. Okay. So at this point now, by default, you already have the summary field and you already have a description field. But I'm also going to be adding the linked issue because I want to be able to link back to the parents, which is the epic that was originally created. Okay. So I'm going to, once you click on this, it gives you the list of all the possible fields that you have. And I'm going to be choosing linked issues. And then you can see the pop-up has come up in here, right? So now we go. So I don't want to create, if you want the story you're creating to have like, the summary that you want to put in there, you can type it in there. But what I strongly suggest is rather than you creating, because if you define what the summary is in here, for every single story that gets created, you would have exactly the same information in every single one of them, which I don't think that is what you're trying to do. So at this point, if you click on the three dotted line by the side, I'm going to be creating copy. So I'm saying copy from parent. So copy from the current issue. So remember, you're starting this by creating an epic, and then you're now saying create a story, but copy whatever summary that the epic has got as a summary for the story as well. So that's what that is going to do. And I'm also going to do the same for the description. I'm just going to copy from the parent into this block. So the linked issue we added a while ago, now you need to click on that to tell you we're going to use the relationship kind of like linking to say this story now relates to the epic that we originally created, and then that's how it works. And then once I click on the save, at this point in time, it then tells me to name this automation. So we can just call these creating new issues in another project. Okay. And then you can click on turn on. Remember, you always have to click on the turn on button because that's when the automation kicks in. If you don't turn it on, you've created it, but it's still not going to be active. So we need this to be turned on so it's active in my project, and that's your automation done. Okay, so now what you want to do now is I'm going into my project and I'm going to try to create an issue. Okay, so remember, we created the automation in the training 101 project. But with the child issue, we're expecting it to be created in the sandbox layer project. Okay. So bear that in mind. So I'm going to go into the create, and this is the training 101 project. So we are creating an epic, that's what we're creating now. And it's going to be in to do, and I'm going to call this creating a new creating a child issue in another project. Okay, and then I'll literally just copy the same and put that as the summary as well if I want. And I can also do that as well for the description. You can fill in the details, as you see fit if you have the information at hand. So put in the spelling. Okay, I think they got the spelling wrong there. Probably got you wrong here as well. Okay, and then I'm going to be creating. I'll just click on create, just click on the create button, and then that should create an issue for us. So if I click on this, which is the issue that we've just created, you can see it's loading up. The issue is created, is an epic, and it has everything. So if you look at the bottom on the screen, you can see it's automatically created a story. So relates to, remember the linked issue we used? So you've created your parent epic, which is this one. And then you can see in here is created another one, which is the story, and it's copied exactly what the summary is into this. So I'm going to be opening this up on another tab. So you can see this is the sandbox layer project. We already have this automatically created, and it's also linked back as well to the the epic that we've created, and it's created this for you. So at this point, if you then want to modify the description or modify the summary or change whatever changes you want to make, now you can go ahead and change them as you see fit. So that just proves that the automation rule is working as expected, and you should be able to then go in and modify as you see fit. So I think that's how that automation works, and that concludes the training for today. So thank you for staying tuned, and please remember to click on the subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave me a comment if you do have any questions, or if there's any automation rule you're trying to create in your stock, please leave me a comment below, and I'll be sure to walk you through the process as well. So thank you, and see you in my next video.